Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of Starting 11 here on the Let's Get Ready Network. I'm Adelia. That's Snark. One of us watched everything this week, and the other one
Sure.
didn't see a minute of it.
No.
So
Guess who? Just kidding. We'll find out.
we'll find out. No, I was on vacation. I was on a plane and traveling both Tuesday and Wednesday. I didn't get to see any of the games. I don't know what happened. I didn't look it up purposefully because
Oh,
of this. So,
so I can say anything and it's all true?
I mean, maybe.
From from your point of view, it could be true. You never know.
Yeah.
Well, I promise I'll say the results of
Okay.
the matches. You want to start with your Arsenal match?
Sure.
You already told me. Well, I think it was the first match too. So I was just
Okay.
starting it with where it started. Uh, yes, you heard the big news.
Yeah.
And that's 15th minute, I believe. Gabrielle goes down. Doesn't even look like there's contact. When there's no contact,
Yeah.
that's
It's bad.
always going to be the worst. So
Yeah.
yeah, it turns. I think they said hamstring or something like that.
Mhm.
Anyway, surgery done. And the big deal is, like, you guys aren't catching Liverpool.
No.
With 8 games left, 12. Well, by the end of the week, it's going to be spoiler. Guess who else wins? Uh, by the end of the week, you guys are still going to be 12 points down with 8 matches to go.
It's
Yeah,
over.
yeah, you have to hope that Liverpool loses at least half their matches, and you can't drop
They're
points
not
at
gonna
all.
do that.
Not going to happen. So the big deal for you guys is Champions League, and to lose Gabrielle, and you have to go up against Real
Real
Madrid,
Madrid.
and the guy he has to mark
Yeah.
is Mbappe.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a that's a
Not looking good, no.
just well. You want to? Do you want the good news? You think
Sure.
it's all doom and gloom? Everybody hates Arsenal. That's the good. I'm just kidding. The good news for you is that
Mhm.
not long after he goes down, a huge ovation starts going throughout the crowd because Saka has pulled on the warm up kit. He's on the sidelines. There's a big, huge round of applause for him. But we'll get to that in a little bit because he doesn't come on actually for a while. So, uh, Fulham played all right. Arsenal, you guys are playing okay.
Mhm.
It's another thing where if you stack two nets on top of each other, you guys are going to
Yeah.
win this by 9
Yeah.
goals between Odegaard and Rice. Just like get your shots down.
Mhm.
Like I'm watching the kids in the national ringette thing or whatever they're having in
Mhm.
Ottawa, and it's just a hockey net, and they're putting it over, 10 feet over the net and stuff like that with a ring. I was like, oh, I've seen this somewhere before. Oh yeah, I just watched Arsenal play. So, yes, Fulham played fine. They were just clinically terrible in the final third, especially Adama Traore, who looked real good. Started,
Mhm.
he's looking good. You just get into that final third, and he just does not look good. So on to the game. It's Mikel Marino getting the first goal for you guys. Now it's the second half. Saka finally comes on. Another huge ovation. Of course, you're getting players back. I was thinking, what is it like that Seinfeld episode? Where everything kind of balances out. You lose Gabrielle, but you get a guy who can actually put the ball in the net
Mhm.
consistently, and he doesn't waste long doing it. He comes on the 66th minute, and then I believe he scores in the 70. I want to say the 72nd minute, going off the top of my head there, but I believe it's the 72nd minute. Anyways, he gets the winner. Guys up 2-0. Late consolation goal by Rodrigo Muniz. And that was just, I think, Arsenal switching off at this point and stuff
Yeah.
like that. They figure it had it in the bag, stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of that, just because
Me
of goal
either.
differential stuff.
Yeah.
But you have to worry about Forest catching you guys, and I think you guys have enough to get past Forest. But we say this about Forest every week. They're always supposed to drop out. Well, early on, it was supposed to be Liverpool was going to, was going to straighten out and start
Yeah,
dropping
that was a
matches.
really, really poor prediction by you.
Yeah, by me. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Yeah, it was by me. Of course, it was by me. Ugh, not great. Anyways, Saka's first match since December
Mhm.
21st, I think. something else happened around that week or whatever, and I'll get to that in the very last match. Anyways, so yep, you guys pick up your points, but yeah, losing Gabrielle, not not ideal,
Yeah,
not
not
ideal
ideal.
for Champions League, and now you got to manage. You have to do enough that you can, keep your position in the league, but you have to rest guys now because you got 2 matches against Madrid. It can be done.
Yeah.
It can be done. Uh, yeah, especially with Saka. Now that you have somebody that can actually score consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but that's a tough matchup for you guys. Anyways,
It's gonna be tough.
moving on. I know for a fact you wanted to know what happened in the Wolves versus West Ham match.
Oh, of course.
Of course you did. Well, Jorgen Strand Larson had a 21st minute goal from just outside the D. Give him 10 on the year. Give Wolves 3 points in this one. It's actually for a 1-0 game, a pretty entertaining match. Just too many players. Forget the dimensions of the net. They always think there's an extra foot one way or another and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And this is going on both sides, of course. West Ham hitting the bar in the second half, but Wolves, I think they're breathing kind of easy now. They're up 12 points on on Ipswich at this point. Now they're
Mm-hmm.
only 5 points back of West Ham.
Mm-hmm.
A couple other teams, but don't want to spoil anything yet. So
Okay.
we're gonna go on. Forest takes on Manchester United at the City Ground. Now Chris Wood's out with a hip injury. He got that on international play and stuff like that. Gotta love
Gotta love
international play on
international
off
play.
years. Off
Yeah.
years. Fantastic. Anyways, United falls right into Forest trap though. The Forest is just going to keep inviting the pressure, keep inviting the pressure. They're just going to wait. What does Forest do? Ideally, we've said in the show almost every single week.
They score on the counterattack and
And they win at
they win
home.
at home.
So, mission accomplished for Forest. And this time is Anthony Alanga. Of course, he's going up against his former squad. I think the play-by-play guy said he ran like 85 yards with the ball.
Oh wow.
Well, Garnacho comes up to him at one point. He just kind of shrugs him off. It's Garnacho, so he's all over the place and stuff like that. But yeah, he was Garnacho's trying to wear him as like be his knapsack for a little bit. Just puts him off. Keeps going. There's a real nice low shot to beat Onana. Final 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
United is all over them. All over them. They have decided that they're going to sub in Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire comes in. Harry Maguire does not come in on the back line. He comes in as
Of course not.
a second striker. All right. So
That
they
makes
have
all the sense in the world.
well, it almost pays off. So we're going down to the nitty gritty. Maguire has one good chance turned away by
Mm-hmm.
Salz, and then like almost the very last moment of the game, Maguire again puts the ball in. I think it counts as a save off of Maguire. I'm pretty sure he's trying to get the ball to Hoyland. He just put too much pepper on it. You see Hoyland's face grabbing at himself, all distraught and stuff like that. Like this guy still thinks he's going to score every game. Somehow Rasmus Hoyland thinks, well,
Yeah.
it's nice to have confidence in yourself, I guess, if you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean. But yeah, United come close, but Forest takes the domestic double from Manchester United. What is
I
happening
mean, who
in
would have
this world?
thought that at the start of the season?
What is happening?
Yeah. Hey Shug, how's it going?
What's up, Shug?
Shug says love that name.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what name he's talking about.
I don't either.
All right, moving on. Well, we checked in on one Manchester squad.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Shug also says he always puts too much pepper on everything.
Smart. It's a smart thing to do. You gotta season your food. Season your food, guys. It's smart.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, City. Fortunately, well, let's say the unfortunate part. They will be without the services of Erling Haaland once again. This time for 5 to 7 weeks. which will amount to, I think it's 4 matches they're looking at. So not particularly
They're only
great
playing 4 matches in 7 weeks.
for Premier League matches, I guess. So yeah, something like that.
That
I don't know.
doesn't seem right.
It doesn't seem right, but that's just what I read on the little report when when they said his injury thing. He's going to miss about 4 matches. So we'll just say it's lucky for them that they get Leicester as their opponents. Now,
Wait.
if I was, yeah,
Ferris is saying I will fix the title. What is wrong with the title, Ferris?
I don't know. Oh, I think maybe that I've said 7, and it may only have been the top 6. But anyways, so City are going to need goals from somewhere. They got Marmouche, of course. He's been very good since coming over in January. Spoiler alert, he will score the second goal. The first goal, if you're to look at anybody on the City squad, who would you say scores the first goal for Manchester City?
I have absolutely no idea.
Making his first start, possibly of the year. Yeah, I think this is his first start this season. Jack Grealish.
Oh my god.
Scores
He
2
actually
minutes.
scored a goal.
2 minutes
Shocking.
into the match. His first Premier League goal, guys, since December 2023. So there
I
you
cannot
go.
believe he actually scored a goal. That's actually legitimately shocking.
At one time, the highest English paid player in the world. They paid
I just
over
don't
100
understand
million
what
pounds
City has done with him, man.
Jack
He was
Grealish.
good. Jack Grealish, I will say this about Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish was actually good when he played for Aston Villa. I don't know what the hell's happened to him at City.
People sometimes just work in systems.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Like, look at Mason Mount over United. Of course, he was going down the tubes here at Chelsea and stuff like that as well. But yeah, I have I'm a strong supporter of systems working as well as just for players. I don't blame guys for taking the money
I don't either.
at all. Go ahead, get your money, but to ever think that you've actually earned that check will be hard to do. There's a guy in Chelsea who's got bought for 100 million. Who's pretty great. We'll talk about him later.
Ferris says Pep destroyed him.
Pep has a system. Well, what you cannot complain about the results. Like all they do are win titles, except for this year. They've won the Champions League now as well, so they've they can't complain about the results. They're using them how they see fit. Does Pep Guardiola, is his system going to work much longer? I don't think so. I think everyone's going to catch it up. Either. I hate Pep ball. I hate just have possession at all costs. You got to go out and try to score. Ridiculous. But anyways, yeah, easy 2-0 win.
Shug agrees with you.
Yeah, Shug is smart. That's why. So, yeah, Leicester's now been shut out every time in their current 7-game losing streak.
I don't understand how Ruud van Nistelrooy still has a job.
Well, you could say that, yeah. It was a poor hire, and they, never should have.
He will not have a job at the end of this season.
Oh, I don't think. Yeah, of course. They could be challenging for that thing, and they still wouldn't have a job. But I just hope he doesn't turn this into like a position at Bayern Munich, if you know what I mean. If you remember from last year. Okay. City now going to jump past Chelsea into 4th.
Ferris says Pep got rid of Samuel Eto'o and Ronaldinho and Zlatan because they did not work for him.
Right. Yes, a system.
He also says he enjoys he means Ruud, failing.
Yep. Good. Everyone. I think everyone does. Maybe outside of United.
Man United fans.
Yeah. Maybe even them. Oh, he won his only game in charge, so there you go. No, not too bad. Okay, let's move on. Okay. You ready for the Heckle and Jive? I like Heckle and Jive. Jekyll and Hyde. Newcastle taking on Brentford. And say this match is decided by an incredible goal. Okay, well, we'll get to it. First, though, it's a pretty boring first half. Until the second injury minute. Now, the best guy in this first half, by far, Alexander Isak. He really owns the entire half. Just gets a little unlucky. Yeah, he makes an odd decision. He comes in, he has a great chance, makes an odd decision to pass to Harvey Barnes so he can score. Fortunately, Harvey Barnes had already come offside and stuff like that, so instead of being up 1-0, it's still back to 0. You clearly had Flecken beaten there. He gets another chance a couple moments later, this time converting a fantastic cross from Jacob Murphy, going one time, never touching the ground, putting it into the corner. Second half, we get Brian Mbumo. Here comes the Mbumo. Adelia. He levels it. 66 minute. So Nick Pope goes in. The ball comes in for who's it coming for? Ethan Pinnock. Ethan Pinnock is running into the ball. Nick Pope leaves the crease, just corrals into Ethan Pinnock. I don't even know why VAR took as long as it did. It took us like 3.5 minutes or something like that for them to finally say, "Oh yeah, no, that's a penalty." So Mbumo gets to step up. He does a little Ivan Toney, a little hop and kick and stuff like that, like his former teammate. It was nice. It was fun to see. Like,
I
oh,
guess.
he's thinking about his buddy here. That's good. Now, the game deciding goal comes, I believe it's the 74th minute. From near the touchline, okay, near the side, he's on level with the 6 yards out or whatever. Like he's on level with the 6 yard straight. If I was to tell you that the man who shoots this laser was Sandro Tonali, would you have believed me?
No.
He absolutely hammers this thing like a laser. It just goes through everyone into the net. It's a fantastic goal. I guess it's goal of the week. Not my favorite goal of the week, but it's probably the best goal that was scored. It's so odd to see how it's like the play-by-play guy was sure that it was deflected, and it wasn't. It wasn't even close. I don't know if maybe it went around like a boot's orbit and maybe something did, but he just went. It was directly in, but it was so tight of an angle. Anyways, fantastic goal.
Ferris
That's
with the fun facts from Ferris in the chat.
Ooh.
Did you know Jacob Murphy has a twin? I did not.
I don't think I did.
And then Ferris also says Ethan Pinnock may be the best center back in CONCACAF.
Best center back? Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, you might be right. I'm trying to it's no one in Canada. I can't think of anybody in America who'd be better. Anyways, so it's 2 wins in a row now for Newcastle, which sounds good, but they're really 500 over their last 6 games. We've won 3, lost 3. Brentford stays 11th. I don't get Brentford at all. Again,
no.
All this talent, all that talent.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. Speaking about talent, now, are you ready for a couple surprises? You haven't paid attention. First, let's go to Vitality Stadium. And I said it the English way.
You did.
Yeah. Nathan Broadhead is going to score his first ever Premier League goal. It's going to be the benefit of a really great run by Julio Enciso. He goes 5-hole on Kepa. Ipswich Town takes a 1-0 lead at Bournemouth. Liam Delap is going to score his 11th. It's near the hour mark, making it 2-0. 2 minutes later, Rob Jones, I'm going to try to say, whoa, this isn't right. He's going to call a penalty on Axel Tuanzebe for taking down Antoine Semenyo. Problem is, he took him down outside the box.
Oh,
so
God.
Yeah, so there was no penalty called. Evan Nilsson will end up getting a goal for the Cherries, but they're not going to find another one. Ipswich Town wins for the first time in 2025. Adelia.
Yeah.
Bournemouth have lost 4 of their last 5 games.
Yeah, Bournemouth are kind of falling apart.
They're still 10th. They're still
10th, but they're kind of falling apart.
Yep.
And good on Ipswich getting a win. They're still going to get relegated, but
I don't want to think about who the last team they beat. I won't ever remember who that was in a million years.
Don't think about it. No.
Nope. Yes. So they're still 10th. They're not going to see anything European. I can tell you that. Same old stuff from Bournemouth. More surprises? Are you ready?
Sure. Yeah.
Paul Anachu heads in a fantastic cross from Matias Fernandez. Even though Dean Henderson is going to get his fingertips to it, Southampton takes a 1-0 lead over Crystal Palace at St. Mary's Stadium.
Okay.
And it's a lead they're going to hold on to
Crazy.
until the second minute of extra time when
I mean, that figures.
Mateus França comes on, making his first appearance in over a year, I believe, with all the groin and knee and some injuries he's been having.
Mm-hmm.
He hits in a Jefferson Lerma cross. Palace get a late point. They scratch back to get a point and stuff like that they probably shouldn't have gotten. Poor Southampton, still on a collision course with destiny. They have
Yeah.
10 points now. 8 games to go. They need
8
to
games
find.
to go. They need 2 points
They need 2
to beat
points.
Derby.
They have dropped 25 points from winning positions this year. By far the most in the league.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a draw is an improvement.
It's something.
But
it's something.
There's not much you can say about Southampton. They're absolutely god awful and deserve to be relegated.
Palace was neighbors of theirs in the bottom for so long and stuff like that
Yeah.
until they finally started getting it together as well. So
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe a late run, but I doubt it. Ooh,
I doubt
boy.
it.
Oh, Derby's
They're
they're
probably
chilling the champagne right now. Derby County.
I need to look at Southampton's schedule for the remaining games to see if there's 2 points in there somewhere. But
Just 2
it's
draws.
gonna be close with Derby.
They're gonna have to do it at home. So look at that home schedule first.
Yeah.
Like do that. I don't think they have Ipswich anymore.
I'm gonna pull up their schedule right now.
Yeah, everyone, welcome to Saints Beat. Here on starting 11, the countdown to destiny.
This is what I get for not having watched any of the matches this week because I was traveling.
It's fun stuff.
Yeah.
But
you keep talking.
Who isn't going to be?
Who?
Featuring in any Premier League match this week, the cast of Saved by the Bell.
That's true. Okay, so they've got Spurs on Sunday. Then they host Aston Villa. Then they go to West Ham. Then they host Fulham. They go to Leicester. They host Man City. They go to Everton, and they end the season at home against Arsenal.
Right.
I don't think there's 2 points
Leicester
in there.
City match is going to be the game of the week.
That Leicester City match is going to be big.
That's their game. That's their entire season. That's just like they're going to find out this weekend that they're officially relegated. It's going to happen. They're officially relegated after this weekend. So this is their entire season. Just don't be the worst. It's a nice thing to do. Isn't that what that Will Ferrell basketball movie was? Nah, it was something else. Anyways, moving on. Speaking about pretty bad.
I mean, they're probably going to be the worst. They're 7 points behind Leicester.
Oh yeah. But they just got to break that 11-point mark. Just break the mark.
Yeah.
I have no confidence in them doing it, but here we go.
Anyways,
Brighton. Speaking about bad, this team can be really bad at home.
Mm-hmm.
What is with them? Anyways, they're playing an okay squad. I'm not going to say Villa's fantastic. They're okay. Brighton is just wasteful with their chances early, and Villa have a good goaltender and stuff, sure, but you got to make Martinez do more than they were doing. They also get a huge break because Stuart Atwell and Matt Donoghue being the VAR, completely forget what constitutes a penalty in the Premier League, because Jack Hinchelwood clearly takes Jacob Ramsey out with a kick in the box, never touches the ball. It's all shin. He's in the box with possession. Stuart Atwell says no, says it twice, and then VAR doesn't overrule him. What a frigging embarrassment this is.
This sounds insane.
I highly suggest you go find a highlight just of that. And you'll say, why do you even do this then?
Yeah.
If this gives less people the chance to referee in the English Premier League, get rid of
Mhm.
VAR because it's
Yeah.
worthless. It's worth nothing. Anyways,
Yeah.
embarrassment. Doesn't really matter because after scoring twice in the FA Cup quarters, they give Marcus Rashford the start. The start over Ollie Watkins, who's also pretty good. Was actually pretty good, I would say.
I would say
Uh,
better than Rashford.
you would imagine so,
Yeah.
but it pays off for them because he scores on a fantastic counterattack in the 51st minute. Morgan Rogers with the long pass, and then Rashford runs into it, is able to score. Here's the deal: all these Brighton guys with their arms waving and stuff like that. That's obviously offside. It was like 15 yards before half. Like he
Mhm.
just ran through these guys and stuff. It was a good goal, and then they send him off at 65 minutes. They bring in Watkins. I think that's the way to handle Marcus Rashford.
Probably.
If I'm Villa, give him an hour. You guys have these guys have been pretty good at having backups to Ollie Watkins and stuff like that to be able to
Mhm.
move him out. So I suppose they know what they're doing. I don't like it though. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
2 minutes later, it looks like Simona Dingra's got a goal to bring it back to level, but it gets called back. A handball in Matoma. It looks like it may have hit his bicep here. Like it looks like it may have been shirt, but then it looks like it goes off his forearm and stuff like that. Now, if he was the one to have kicked the goal in, it's obviously handball. There's no way it would count. But just that he passed it, yeah, it's a little tighter and stuff like that. But Brighton didn't
Yeah.
deserve that goal, in my
Yeah.
opinion, especially in the second half. Marco Asensio is going to add the second goal for Villa, and then with another assist by Rogers, who's been really good in the game. And
He's been
then
really good this season.
yeah, he's been terrific. I just don't want, let's just cool it on the Aston Villa, compliments. All right,
Yeah.
gosh darn
But I
it.
mean, he has been good.
He's been very good. It
Yeah.
breaks my heart. Anyways, Danielle Mallet is going to score his first Villa goal as well, deep into extra time.
Mhm.
Villa 7th, Brighton 8th. Yeah, just another poor
That,
home performance. How do you play like that at the Amex? It's so strange, and especially when
yeah.
they look so good in the beginning of the year. Brighton's just gone, but they're still in it. How are they still top 10?
I
Ridiculous.
don't know. So
What?
many teams are bad this year that's why they're still in top 10.
Yeah. Well, it's been just the league, right? And to
Mhm.
think that somehow they've had enough wins to get 5 places in the Champions League this year, this maybe tells you about what's going on in the other leagues as well. All right,
Yeah.
it's not
It's
just that one.
it's not just England, no.
No, Merseyside Derby. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
Was
Let's go
this
with
the one at Anfield?
this is at Anfield. Yes, they had the replay at the old Goodison Park the last time. Eventually, but that was the extra game that they had for so long. Now, uh, Beto, have you seen somebody miss as many glorious chances as this man? And he has 2 glorious chances to put Everton up. In the 20th minute, he has one taken away because possibly his shoelace was offside. That's the only way I could see it. Like no luck for him. And then is it 15 minutes later, 16 minutes later, he comes in on a break. Everyone kind of falls back. He does a great job motoring through. He's
Mhm.
directly in line with the I can never remember how to say the young Irishman. They have a Nets name. Anyways, I'm the worst at it. Callagher, is that it? Anyways, he
Something like
shoots
that.
directly off the post. He had him beat. He has him beat. It goes off the post.
Yeah.
Second half. What? Also, we could also say this. I'm sorry. It's gonna go back and forth in my head. Tarkovsky should have been sent off 10th minute.
Okay.
He goes in studs high on Sabasalai. I think it's an easy call or whatever they look at it. It's a yellow card for Tarkovsky. It's an easy red. You guys have to do better than this. It's not going to get better. There's going to be a call later on that uh, is as bad, but
Mhm.
luckily it kind of balances out, sort of. Anyways, The winning goal goes to Diogo Jota. 57 minutes in. It's a really great back heel by Diaz to kind of give him a bit of room. But Jota does some fantastic dribbling in the box to find some space and just hammers it by Pickford. 1-0. There you go. It's not it's not the Merseyside derby you're gonna write about in your journal at night. Remembering Merseyside derbies past, you're not going to remember Jota's goal.
Yeah.
But I will say one thing, and I want to make this clear. I think David Moyes is going to be manager next week.
I think he is too.
You didn't see the match. You don't know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's going to be. He's been pretty
He's
good.
done so much better than Sean Dyche was doing. Like,
Oh my god,
it's crazy. It's utterly crazy.
Yeah, and considering he's been around for so long and stuff like none of these words should be new to anybody. It's just for some reason clicking with them now how to do it. Anyways, ready to go on to the last match.
Yep.
What could be left, Adelia?
Spurs.
I'm gonna say it's the only derby that ever really matters at all, just because it happens in West London, Stamford Bridge. Now, Chelsea's taking on those lowly Spuds. Chelsea's got Palmer back. Yes! They got Nico Jackson back. All right. they got Nino Noni Madueke back. Okay, good. Honestly, Chelsea might have the worst wingers I've ever seen. But, maybe they should begin. When you put Neto into the middle, he looks better. But, he's not going to be taking Palmer's spot. Maybe put Neto on the other side so you can just make sure, like Sancho, like all the Chelsea guys get a great chance. I guess I could say that Van de Ven comes back for Spurs. James Maddison comes back. Son was out. He's back. It really didn't matter. Son has one good chance late. James Maddison really doesn't do anything, and then there's Mickey Van de Ven. It doesn't really matter. Everybody, like Chelsea's all over these guys the entire match. Like the Chelsea's going to go on to win. Spoiler alert for you. But well, you can just see the flags up. Flags up means we win.
Flags up. You're wearing the shirt. Yeah.
Kits on. We win. Everyone has good chances. Jackson, of course, has chances that he blows.
Of course.
Like everyone's like, oh, we got to get Nico Jackson back. It's like, to do what? What's he going to do? He's going to do exactly this. Sit, great spot, try to curl it into the corner and put the ball up 3 feet over the net. He does this all the time. Palmer links up with Enzo. At one point, it's very close. It looks like Udogie gets an arm on it, but his arm is like touching the grass as well. What are you going to do? I had no problem with no handball being called there. Vicario makes a save. Vicario makes a couple of really good saves in this match, too. As much as I hate Spurs, I don't mind Vicario. He just can get yappy, which is if I was a teammate of his, I wouldn't appreciate it too much. Anyway, again, Sancho, a fantastic chance. Has either side to work with. Vicario gets a save on it, but Sancho always has to do better. We had to buy this guy for £25 million. But 50th minute, here comes the goal. It's going to be Enzo on a cross from Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer gets an assist. Someone finally converts a chance from Cole Palmer for I believe it's the first time since, I believe it's December 21st. That same weekend that Saka goes down. So there you go. Saka comes back. Someone gets on the end of a Palmer cross. There you are. Good for Enzo. The midfield for Chelsea was terrific. Moises Caicedo, terrific. He's going to score a goal. It gets called off from VAR. It's from a free kick. The free kick is pretty well out. Levi Colwell is going to be, in an offside position. He never touches the ball. He never comes within 10 yards of the keeper. But since Moises Caicedo is going to score from outside the box, mind you, they're going to call Colwell offside. He never touched the ball. How would he? He was to the side of the net. How are you going to say he was in a sideline? It's
know.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then, 69th minute, looks like Spurs tie it up. To my, let's say, chagrin.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't happy. Here's the deal. Papsar gets the ball through Moises Caicedo to go in and score. Sanchez is from well out. Sanchez should have had it. He made a mockery of it. To get that ball, though, Papsar put his spikes into Caicedo's knee. It's a wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the ref was looking straight at it and stuff like that. Oh, this must be fine. So, anyways, VAR finally says, "Look at this thing." And the VARs in this match took forever. There was 12 extra minutes played.
Oh my God.
There's like 2 VARs each that took over 4 minutes.
That's
Guys,
insane.
get it together. Get it together. Anyways, and the goal was overturned. Somehow, Sarr only gets away with a yellow, which is another thing that's crazy. If you're looking at it, I think, can't you only give it red? Anyways, Sanchez somehow gets a clean sheet out of this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll take it anytime you win over Spurs. It's appreciated. So
it's a great day. That was a great day for Arsenal fans as well, because you guys beating Spurs means that day, April 3rd, was St. Tottenham Day.
There you go. Love it.
The day it's mathematically impossible for Tottenham Hotspur to pass Arsenal in the table.
Well, that's one of the most celebrated, easily celebrated holidays you can get.
It is when you're an Arsenal fan.
You might as well just put it on the calendar. This is when it's going to happen. Anyways, Spurs are 14th. Now, they're only ahead of Everton and West Ham on goal differential.
Okay.
So they could easily slip back. They might finish in the last spot above relegation. We'll see what
that would be highly amusing.
That would be fantastic. But that's all we got for this week for now, because we got a whole slew of matches coming up this weekend. Regular match week happening already, which is bananas. Yeah. So we're going to get to that in a sec. Do you want to know who had the best record in our sleeper route?
I do.
Competition? Well, I don't want to tell you. I'm just kidding. Adelia Chamberlain, I believe, gets the most.
I made those picks 2 weeks ago before I went on vacation.
To be fair, so did the rest of us. It's been a while since we've had a match.
That's true, but yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I believe you had 6 correct this week.
Wow, that's big.
Now, I can hold my head up high, so I beat Ferris.
Nice.
I'm slowly chipping away at that lead. I'm only 20 behind him now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got 5, he got 4. But moving on. Are you ready to pick the winners for match week? Will this be 31? Match week 31. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Down to the nitty-gritty. First off, the first match, now I want you to take your time. And I want you to think about carefully. Everton is playing Arsenal at Goodison Park.
Arsenal.
Oh, all right. Well,
I don't want this game to be at 6:30 in the morning tomorrow, but it is.
You sound convincing, so I'll take Arsenal as well. Crystal Palace, a poor performance. Brighton Hove Albion, a poor performance.
I'm going draw.
A draw at Selhurst Park. I think Crystal Palace could win. Why do I keep thinking that? The reason I keep thinking that is why I'm in last place, but I'm going to take Crystal Palace. Ipswich Town and Wolves. This could be an interesting match. The Tractor Boys need to win at home. Wolves.
I'm going Wolves.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be fun if Ipswich Town won that match? It's really not going to matter. I think the difference now is 12 points between them as well. Or 9 points, sorry. Because
it's 9 points, yeah.
Yeah, they won. You went Wolves. I'm going to go draw. Let's go draw on that one. Okay. West Ham at London Stadium versus Bournemouth.
Bournemouth
hasn't looked great, but West Ham is,
West Ham looks terrible.
Graham Potter squad.
Yeah.
Next up, we go to Birmingham. Villa and Forest, and this should be a really good match.
It should be a really good match. I'm going to go with Forest.
I'm going to go Villa just to be a stinker. I don't want it. I'd rather they both lose somehow, but
Okay.
it's not going to happen. Next, we go back to Brentford
Mm-hmm.
with good ship Chelsea visiting.
Chelsea.
Chelsea's going to win. Chelsea's going to win. Let's see. Next one, Fulham at the Cottage against Liverpool. It'd be funny if Fulham won.
It would be funny if Fulham won, but Liverpool will.
Yeah, Liverpool's going to win. I believe. I think you're right. How do we answer this match? At the North London Stink Pit, Tottenham hosting Southampton.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got to get a result.
As much as Tottenham sucks this season, they are better than Southampton.
I'm going to press Tottenham too. Now, I would like if you press Tottenham and it has another prompt coming up saying, "Are you sure?" Just this is not a mistake. All right. Yeah. We got a Manchester derby, United and City at Old Trafford.
I'm going City.
I'm going to go draw. I'm going to go draw just to be. God, I hate City. I hate them both so much. Now, Leicester City hosting Newcastle in the week's final match. This is the Monday game.
Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle's going to win. They're probably going to shut them out.
Yep.
That's just what's happening.
8th shutout in a row, probably.
Ugh.
For Leicester.
So, yeah, I think they set a record for 25 matches or something like that, being getting scored against first. Some kind of new record in the Premier League. One of those records that nobody really cares about.
Hey, Brennan.
Hello, sir. How are you? Even though you can answer me in spirit, Brennan, I guess.
All right, everybody. That is the show. A little bit different this week as Snark was telling me what happened as opposed to me having also watched the matches. But thank you all for joining us. Be sure to join us this Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, live on this channel, also on the entertainment channel, and also on the Twitch channel. Our 5th anniversary celebration. It's going to be a big one. Brennan's going to be there. We've got lots of special guests, so it'll be fun.
It's going to be a good time. It's anniversary. The anniversary weekend has begun, Adelia.
Yeah, it has.
So if you haven't gotten sick of looking at us yet, just you wait. A big show on Saturday. Coming up, we got another starting 11. This Tuesday, we'll be doing that live at the regular time, 7 o'clock Central, 8:30 in
Pacific.
Newfoundland. I like the 8:30 in Newfoundland. That's
8:30 in Newfoundland, yeah.
We used to always have to do that. What else do we have? Adelia. Rewatchers Council. Season 3 of Buffy coming to a close this week. Graduation Day Part 2 is happening.
I'm very much looking forward to the fact that I will be back for the season finale.
Yes.
So I will be on there. Brennan's going to be on there. Ferris will not be on, but
no.
3 of us will have a good discussion about the season 3 finale of Buffy. I just have to watch all the ones that I missed while I was gone first.
Oh, you got some dandies. Dandies. We also have another show that will be premiering not long after that. I believe the week after is we got even more coming from Rewatchers Council, guys. Don't worry about that. LGRN After Snark won't be on this weekend because we already have 6 hours worth of programming on this network. It'll be around the week after. We'll probably be talking more Daredevil. Delia, anything else to add?
Me and Ferris will be having Brandy on the open table on Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific on the entertainment channel. We'll be breaking down 90s Con, where Brandy and I were last weekend, and my trip out to Massachusetts and everything that went on. So that'll be fun. We'll also probably talk about the anniversary stream some. So if you didn't watch all 6 hours, you'll probably get some highlights.
You didn't. How dare you?
How dare you is right if you don't watch all 6 hours. But if you don't, you'll probably get the highlights on the open table on Sunday. And you'll get some behind the scenes stuff in the LGRN and All Access newsletter over on our website. That's letsgetreadynetwork.com/newsletter to sign up. Writing that after the 6 hours of the anniversary stream. So it'll be fun. But thank you everyone for joining us. And links to all the channels are in the description of this episode. And until next time, guys, we are out of here. Bye.